And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. What we're going to talk about today is how your sperm is your potential. At the same time as your sperm is your potential, you know what the potential of this video is? It's the like button. So if you want to spread this message to everywhere, don't let this video get wasted and push that like button. Let's get into the video. When it comes to your sperm, it is the main thing that differentiates you from that of a woman. Your sperm is that which makes you masculine. However, that masculinity comes from you retaining that sperm and not from wasting it. The concept of wasting your potential is a very important concept. That is the last thing you want to waste. Why would you want to waste your potential? Think about your life. You can do anything that you set your mind to do. Anything. You can build a building. You can create massive wealth. You can create love. You can have children. You can create a family. You can do anything. That's your potential. But if you waste that potential on doing things that you believe will make you happy in the short term, by substance abuse, by addictions, by things that will never produce long-term happiness and exponential growth and joy, then you are wasting your potential. If there's one thing that we want to do in our lives, it should be to max out our potential and to use that potential to the utmost degree. Really, our potential is the only thing we have. If there's no potential, then there's a limit. There's a ceiling to how much you can do. We want to have unlimited ability to do. We want to have unlimited capacities to do. God has. Why shouldn't we be able to have that same potential? Our limits only exists in our minds. Me, myself, I might not be able to do everything all by myself. In fact, there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. We have always stood upon the shoulders of the past generations, the giants of the past. But we also collaborate with the teams of the now to create the future. That is why your potential is limitless by the help of others. If you are a leader, there is no limit. But if you are by yourself and you can never learn to lead other people, then you end up wasting your potential. Let's go into the word potential. It comes from the Latin potentum or potere, which means to be powerful. Let's look into the word powerful. The ability to do or act, strength, vigor, might, control, mastery, dominion, lordship. Those are positive qualities that one should strive for. They're not bad qualities. They're fantastic qualities. You want potential, you want power. Both of them, and you want to use it for good. Another aspect of potential comes from potence, which comes from potus. Powerful, able, capable, possible. Man, when you look at these words, don't you get fired up and pumped? Because I do. I want to have potence. I want to have the ability to do, and I want to take massive action. And I want to be an example of that for everyone around me. And you do too. Let's look at the opposite. Impotence. Okay, we look at these two words, potency and impotence. And we know which one is masculine and which one is feminine. We know which one makes us a man and which one lowers us to the state of a boy. Impotence. Synonyms. Powerless, physically weak, incapable of doing, crippled, lacking self-control, feeble, having no power to accomplish anything, violent, ungovernable, lacking self-restraint, completely lacking in sexual power. Impotence. That is a waste of potential. And the more you do the things that only produce a short-term blimp of happiness, the immediate gratification that you do on a consistent basis, ejaculation, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, doing those things that will destroy your body if you do it exponentially. Nah, I'm in full control, man. I don't need that stuff. But I do it once in a while because it feels good. It's a very dangerous path that will rob you of your potential. In fact, it already is robbing you of your potential. Because of the hangovers, because of the late nights out, because of the focus on women, because of the party aspect of life. You're operating at a non-happy level compared to the potential of the happiness you could have if you were filled with massive motivation, if you were creating, and if you were consistently applying the principles of success. But instead, you're wasting your life. Priorities. Prioritize your sperm, because your sperm is your potential. One note on impotent. From Middle English in the mid-1500s. It had a native term for this. And when I saw this on a dictionary online, it said, cunt beaten. Impotence comes from that word, cunt beaten, which means that overpowered by a woman. You don't want to be beaten by a woman. It's the most embarrassing thing on planet Earth. Make sure you are potent and not impotent. Another aspect of the potential of sperm. There are 3 potentials, and 3 only. It is to procreate, which means to actually have a child, to create offspring, to beget, to bring forth something that is in your image. The other aspect is to create pros, which basically means that instead of replacing yourself with children who are in your own image, to create pros means that you become a pro yourself, and then you replace yourself with people who make things happen because you made things happen in the first place. and then you help them to take things to the next level until they are there to protect you. And in some ways also provide value back to you so you can provide for more people. You can create pros who create value whether you are there or not. This is what's called passive income. You want to become a business owner that creates pros. But first, you've got to become a pro. You've got to have mastery. You've got to raise your limits and to use your potential and not waste it. Sperm allows you to do that because almost no other people on planet Earth are practicing semen retention, which means that you will be part of the very, very few who has consistent levels of motivation at all times and in all places. You are massively more motivated if you can be motivated consistently over a long period of time, instead of having the ups and downs of motivation that comes from ejaculating on a regular basis. If you ejaculate on a daily basis, that means you never have motivation more than a few hours. But your sperm is never allowed to produce more levels of sperm so that you can get motivated again, which means that you're going to be depressed all the time. Isn't it better to allow your semen production to go by itself? To work its magic of producing millions of sperm cells all on its own without you tampering with that production. Procreation, create pros. The only way you create pros is by leading the way and being consistent. Because no other person is consistent. There are so few consistent people out there. But you can be one of them if you practice semen retention. The third way to use sperm and its potential, and this should only happen in the long-term partnership with a woman, where you allow her the pleasures of receiving your sperm at times when you choose to, as a reward for her fantastic, superb, feminine performance and behavior. But this should only happen once in a while. How often, may you ask? A lot less than you think. Okay? So if you think once a week, well, let's 10x that. Or more. The reason why is because eggs are expensive. Women have eggs. Men have sperm. Eggs are expensive. But if you are to be more valuable than the woman, then you have to retain your potential and allow that potential to instead protect your ownership, to protect your mastery, and to protect your fort and the control and the power in the relationship. Your woman will reward you for that. Any woman who needs you to ejaculate is not the type of woman you want to have in your life. You want a woman that wants to preserve your seed because it is your potential. You don't want any woman who robs you of your potential. Once you understand these principles, you begin to understand how important and critical ejaculation control is. Exactly. But that is something that I haven't gone into in this channel, and the reason why is because you are not ready for a woman and her problems. When you practice ejaculation control, that woman will never ever leave you. And she will not want to leave you alone. You don't want a multitude of women doing that to you. You want the right woman to do that to you. That is why I always suggest putting women aside for a period of time where you focus on improving yourself, knowing with the motivation and the potential of a future fantastic relationship with a woman. You know that's going to come in the future. So just let it be. Avoid it for now. Treat all women as sisters just for a short time frame where you take care of yourself, your finances, your business, and until you are ready to practice ejaculation control and to retain a woman and to make sure that you have the power in the relationship so that she always looks up to you and is turned on by you, so you can create a beautiful family and fix the next generation of this planet. One small step at a time, you are creating a better future for yourself and for your next generation. Your sperm is your potential. Make sure you retain and make use of that potential. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again tomorrow.